We're
We
live.
live. We are live. Hello, it's
Yep.
Jerry and David Flowers from Vibe Time with Jerry.
Hey, y'all.
And, and tonight we have our special guests, the Ghost Sisters, which we are happy that they were able to take time out of their schedule to join our show. So, how are y'all doing tonight?
I am doing good and trying to pull up the live stream so I can share it over to my page, but I'm not seeing it popping up on your Vibe page.
Oh, let me share it.
I thought you shared it. You're fired.
I just went online, so I got give me time. Dang, woman.
You you said you shared it.
Okay, it's shared.
Yeah, I hear you. Let's go. Every time when I try to do
There
mine,
it is.
there we go. Comes up only me, and then I got to get on my own Facebook page and try to share everything. StreamYard can be so finicky with stuff.
Yeah, I used
They're real finicky because when he told me that it wasn't showing up on the Vibe Time page, I was like, "You have got to be kidding me! I got Ghost Sisters coming on. It has to show up. Fix it today." And of course, it didn't work. So hopefully, you can see it on the Vibe Time page. Hey, Ryan. Ryan says he loves
Hey,
the Ghost
Ryan.
Sisters.
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
So
I just shared it.
y'all said that you've been around for what, 8 years?
We are going into our 8th year. We just hit our 7-year mark in October.
Nice. What made y'all, have y'all always wanted to do paranormal stuff, or was it just, how did
No,
that come about? I'm curious.
I'm the one. Yeah.
Hey, Billy.
Yeah, I've been dealing with spirits since I was young and throughout my whole life. So I didn't just like, I'm not one of these people that always felt like being a paranormal investigator would be, my dream or something. I was just always intrigued with it since I was little because of everything I was experiencing. So growing up hearing ghost stories from my family or me experiencing it, and I just was drawn to it. And I didn't know at the time I'd be doing this, but I started. I'm a medium, so I do mediumship, and I'm also a Reiki practitioner. So everything just started to align. So I'm a natural medium. So at the time I started my mediumship, I started coming out online with it, and I didn't start Ghost Sisters yet. And then all of a sudden, I ended up, after starting my mediumship, I was drawn to start this team. And I always wanted to go to the Mansfield prison here in Ohio and do an investigation. I mean, back in 2007, I was trying to get in, but there was like a year wait. You had to send in an application back then. So I just never thought about it again after that until I want to say it was 2016 before I started Ghost Sisters. I seen online that you could, purchase tickets to go. So, time's gone by, things have changed. So I didn't want to go alone, right? So I called up my sister and I said, "Hey, I just bought me, a ticket to go to this investigation, and you got to get you a ticket because I'm not going alone." And and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "We're going to go investigate this prison." And she didn't even know it was a thing, and I knew that, people were doing it, but she didn't. And at the time I was working in law enforcement. I worked in law enforcement for almost 8 years until about 3 years ago. I retired early to pursue my career. I was in law enforcement when I started the team. So I was in law enforcement for about would have been, yeah,
Past
I
your,
was 5 years doing this when I was in law enforcement. But I had to get equipment. I didn't have anything. So I had to order me a geophone, a spirit box, SB7, and I borrowed my sergeant's GoPro. So Chastity and I ended up going there, and we captured some amazing evidence when nobody was with us. The lights was on. Nobody was down in solitary, and I kept hearing the man. And little did we know this evidence was going to capture the guard Frank down there walking, and a shadow figure right in the middle of the um I don't know, the aisle, you could say. Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, so once my sergeant reviewed the GoPro, he's like, look, you guys got something. And sure enough, we did. And after that, I was excited. And I told my sister, I said, starting up a team. And I said, you're joining me. So
Aw,
here we are.
that's cool.
Yeah.
How many, I mean, I'm assuming that y'all have investigated a lot of places then.
Oh, yeah.
Because it
Yes.
seems like based on what I see, you're pretty busy.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm. That's cool. At least we have some things in common. I wasn't law enforcement, but I was probation for 20 years.
Oh,
Yeah, so I currently do Reiki, except it didn't work on the rooster today. He just don't like me for some reason. I don't know what it is. I do animal Reiki. I do human Reiki too, but I do animal Reiki.
oh. Yeah, sometimes when I notice my dogs aren't feeling good, I do that with them.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Dave. I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I was just asking some of the places that they've investigated.
Well, Chastity, we've been to a lot.
I don't know the names of any of them.
She
She
can't
just
remember.
tells me where I'm going, and I just meet her there, and that's the end of it.
We've
There's
been
been so many I can't keep track.
She can't. I don't know. She's a busy person, but we've been to Waverly Hills, Trans Allegheny. We've been to oh gosh, there's so many. She's not lying. We've been everywhere. I mean, to mainly a lot of the big ones, that's been out there for a while. All kinds of different jails, Joliet Prison, asylums, Randolph Asylum, county jails, hospitals, all over. We travel all over the state.
Nice. And y'all are in Ohio, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. So are you mainly in Ohio, or you go to other states as well?
No, we go all over the states and travel. We do investigations all over.
Have you ever been to Fort Lost in the Woods? Leonard
No.
Wood. Because they got some haunted stuff there. It's a pretty interesting place. Hey, John Stevens. That's where my son was stationed at for his basic training, and they had some paranormal stuff going on their base out there. I found it pretty interesting.
Yeah.
They had a history out there that I didn't even realize they had. And I'm going, couldn't figure out why I was feeling different things and why I was feeling overwhelmed, because I normally don't look up the history of stuff.
Yeah, I don't like to.
Yeah. And then when I got there, I don't know, it just felt so overwhelming with spirit. And I kept seeing all these little like pet cemeteries and cemeteries everywhere. And I'm like, this is a base. And then it was like a big bloodshed took place there, and it was a mess. And I didn't get to investigate everything I wanted to investigate there. So maybe one day I'll be able to go back. Maybe.
We've been to a lot of locations in Virginia.
Have you been to Williamsburg? I'm sure you have.
No.
No? Oh,
I don't
no.
think so. We've been to the museum, Chastity. Lord, I hope you can remember this one. The museum, the Hall Museum, I think.
In Delaware?
Oh, Lord, no. I said Virginia.
Oh, I don't remember the name of the one in Virginia. It was out in the boonies.
It was I want to say it was a dinner. You could go and do dinner with a ghost, and then you can investigate. There's two.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it though.
It's a museum. I think there's two of them. You have the Museum Hall or something like that. There's one in Kentucky and there's one in Virginia. It might be West Virginia. It's either Virginia or West Virginia. But we have been to a lot of locations in all Kentucky, West Virginia, Virginia. I mean, Tennessee. We've been to Tennessee a lot. Yes, there's one called the Octagon Mansion.
Octagon Mansion. John Stevens to the rescue.
Yes. Thank you,
He'll be
John.
on next week. Yeah, he'll be on next week with history and events. It's going to be fun. Have you ever been to the Cabin on 360 then?
No, but we did a podcast with them and I want to go there. Definitely.
Cool. Yeah. You should check out Williamsburg too. Check out the Manor House. Right,
Yeah.
David Flowers? That's where we're at.
I've heard of
That's
that
right.
location.
Check out the Manor House.
I think I've heard of it.
Haunted
What, the Manor House?
I think so. I don't know that we've been
Yeah.
there, but I think pretty sure I've heard of that.
Yeah,
location.
yeah, the Manor House. It's on a on one of the resorts there in Williamsburg, at the Powhatan Resort in Williamsburg, currently owned by Hilton.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's almost a 300-year-old plantation house.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's really pretty. It's really nice. And it's pretty, and it's active. That's why we like it there, because it's a pretty active location. So, what's y'all's favorite piece of equipment when you do your ghost hunts or investigations?
Well, since my sister looks like she's half asleep over there.
I'm fine. I'm right here. I'm sitting somewhere comfortable where it don't kill my neck like my chair usually does in my office. So
You look like you're about to go to sleep.
my
Wake up.
favorite one, my eyes are dry today. They've been bad today. I've been putting stuff over them. It's bad. My favorite one is I like the ink box more than anything, and the ink box and taking the picture with the spray.
When she's saying the spray, she's talking about this app we have and where we use water and light to capture images of possibly capturing an apparition in a picture.
You
So-
gotta wait, you gotta break that down into elementary school terms for me. Okay.
So we have an
What?
app that records, and it also has a built-in Ovilus. And we use a lot of light, and we'll use water. So we'll have a mist sprayer, and one person is recording with using this app, and it has infrared in it. It also has a built-in Ovilus, which it will talk to you and say things whenever you're recording. And we have two different apps, and one does black and white and one does color. So basically the whole point is to try to capture images of spirit. And we have,
That's cool.
yeah, we've captured full body, what looks like full body apparitions, faces, weird things. But you really have to be careful because there, pareidolia is real, and you're meant to see, faces, shapes, and we're meant to see faces. Our brain is going to try to make something look more than what it is. So whenever we do the spray, I'm very careful with what, I got to actually see what looks like could be possibly a person or something, and we've captured amazing images using this device, and it's just water and light.
That sounds interesting. Do y'all have any of that posted on your actual page?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to go back and look because that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Tracy, hey Diane, hey Rosemary. It looks like y'all have a lot of people on here that know y'all. Hi Mary Ann.
But yes, my spirit boxes, I love them. The intercom box and the ink box. And I love my recorder. I've been using it now for, I want to say about a year. I got one that's really sensitive. It's an older one. And it's a Sony. And it's really good at picking up EVPs. It's really sensitive. And I've got a lot more, but those are my main ones.
Yeah, I was gonna say we kind of go back to the older methods. I have like a equipment graveyard because we kind of go back to our recorders, but we like our body cameras. Those are our favorites because we can clip and go.
Nice.
Yeah.
We do a lot of lives when we do investigation because everyone wants to see what we're doing. I mean, I could, just pick little clips from, while we're out there, just, post. But I like for people to see, what we're doing and see how we do it in live time. So
Yeah.
live.
Yeah.
We capture a
Oh.
lot when we're live. It's like, they're coming, the spirits want to come towards us. So, versus just setting up a camera, which I have done numerous times, going on 8 years now with these cameras. But I've only captured a shadow figure and one apparition out of going on 8 years now, setting up a camera. I'm capturing more when we're live. Like they're
Mhm.
coming near us. We're seeing the dark shadows. I mean, dark things coming towards us. Dark as my shirt. So it's like, wow. It's like I never captured, so much when I just have a camera in one spot. It's mainly when we're out there investigating.
Right. Yeah, I found at the manor house, if I do like just little video clips of stuff, I catch quite a bit. Live, I've never really thought about doing because we're in the middle of a tour, but for the most part, I try to, like, when he's doing the tour, I'll try to record different clips when I'm there and see what I can capture. And we've got quite a few things, shadow figures. Hello, Steve. Just all kinds of different pieces of evidence. And then, of course, we put it all together he puts it all together for the tour. That way people can see it.
And I find probably the best evidence that we capture, we're not even trying to capture evidence.
Yeah.
We just happen to have a recorder or a camera going and stuff happens. It's when you're there actively trying to capture something, that's when they just shut up and go away.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're trying to get us. Let's get them when they're off guard.
Yeah. Just like setting a camera, just setting a recorder around and no one's expecting it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the spirits like to come around us when I'm with all my sisters, or if it's just Chastity and I, or whoever. I think because we're sisters and we do argue. We argue a lot on the live, not to where it's like drama or
right. No, I understand.
It's a lot of bickering, so disagreeing and stuff. But people seem to really like that. But that's just us. We're sisters. So.
Well, is there spirit that's more attracted to one sister more than the other, or is it kind of equal with y'all?
It depends. Maybe
I don't know if that's a weird
probably
question
me
to ask.
because I'm the one that I do a lot of mediumship, and I would say that a lot of times when I'm out there, they're saying they'll call me a medium or they'll come through and say witch. I'm like, no, I'm not a witch. But depending on the time frame, maybe they would think that, but no. But it could be me. It just depends. I mean, my other two sisters, Chastity and Bobby Joe, they are sensitive too, but maybe not as tuned in, Bobby Joe she believes and she has seen spirits and heard them, but yet she's still skeptical. So she's both.
Gotcha.
Half and half.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and they say my name a lot. The spirits do.
Gosh, that reminds me of Dennis. They say a lot of his name too, and they don't even know who he is half the time. Yeah. Chastity, I feel like we're leaving you out.
This is like this every podcast. It's all good. Trust me.
Okay, because I'm like,
Andy's more into it. She has more things to say, more things she does. I'm just here to help. I'm just here for a companion.
What?
Support sister.
The support sister. I'm the oldest, and you got to do what you got to do to help your sisters out.
That's what was going to be my question. Well, who was the oldest? Because y'all look so young, and it's like I can't tell who the oldest is and who isn't because y'all just like have these young faces, and I'm going, oh my goodness.
We'll take
me, Mandy, then Bobby Joe.
Yeah,
that's really cool though to have 4 sisters doing your thing and having fun because it seems like that y'all would be fun to do something with.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm like, well, what instead of going to the bars, we just hang out and catch ghosts. So that's our time hanging out together.
So what'd you think when she approached you and asked you to do what you're doing now?
Well, I didn't even know such thing existed until she called me and like, hey, you want to go look at investigate ghosts? I'm like, investigate ghost? I didn't even know that was even a thing. I'm like, she's like, yeah, I got an extra ticket. I'm like, well, if you're paying for it, sure, I'm going. So I went with her, and then that next day, she's like, I'm starting a team, and you're on it. And I'm like, okay. We just went from there.
That's really cool.
We've had other women too, so it ain't just been my sisters. So we've had a lot of different women on the team, and so just towards the end, I want to say, I think the past year and a half, almost two, it's just been my sisters. So we have had other women on the team. We used to try to we expanded the team because sometimes my sisters can't go all the time. They work.
Right.
You know, Chassie's a businesswoman and Bobby Joe works in a factory. She works 12-hour shifts. So every other weekend, she, you know, if she's available, she'll go if she can. But, you know, so I used to think, well, I got to add some more women onto the team because I don't have enough that can go out and help me.
Right. Right.
So, but then I guess, you know, some of the women, if I could go every night, I'd go every night.
She would too. I got to drag her ass out of there when it's time to go. It's like, we got to get home. We got a 2-hour drive. It's like
I'm
4 o'clock
driving.
in the morning, 3 in the morning. She wants to stay. I can barely keep my eyes open. Or it's 0 degrees in there and your toes are so froze you can't move your feet. She still wants to go ghost hunting. I'm like, you got plenty of time in the world to ghost hunt. You can go anytime, anywhere you want. Time to go.
So you got to pretty much drag her off.
Oh yeah, it's bad. She's like a leech. You got to leech pull her out. She does not want to stop.
Yes, she's right. Yep. Forget about Big T. Yeah. Tom is one of my big followers. I was just talking about you know, sisters when we're out. But yes, Tom Hill is one of my big followers, and Tom, I call him Big T. Him and I have been going out a lot because my sisters can't always join. So when they're not always joining, you know, I'll go out with other investigators that I know. Jennifer's Paranormal Investigations. Jenny's she's a sister that used to be on the team, and now she has her own team, and sometimes we pair up with her still. And other people that aren't investigators, I've went with them. And Tom, Big T, and he's really good at getting us into new locations. And yeah,
Is Tom an honorary sister?
Yeah, he wears the shirt and everything. I made him a shirt that said Ghost Sisters and Big T on the back. And yeah, Tom's
We
awesome.
even drag our brother along with us sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great.
He's the ghost eye candy.
Yes, he's a brother.
We have more women that follow us on Facebook, and I don't know about TikTok or YouTube. I don't know how many men or women are following over there, but I know the ratio on Facebook is we have, I think it's 82 or 72% are women versus the men, and I think 30 something are men. So, you know, we have our brother, and I'm like, okay, you need to come with us. You know, we got to give the ladies some eye candy. So he comes out, and it's fun. He is, you know, he's draws in the women. They see him on there. Yeah.
Have you noticed, like, if you aren't investigating with your sisters and you're investigating with somebody else, sometimes does the energy change because you're super sensitive to that? Can you tell the difference in the energy when you're investigating with your sisters versus with another person that's not in that field? If that makes
I understand what you're saying. And yes, yeah, because I mean, you know, spirits were people one time too, so they choose who they want to be around. You know, one of them might not like me, one of them might not like one of my sisters, so I might get more with one or the other. or they might like me and someone else that I'm with. So it goes either way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was just wondering if that happened with y'all.
They
Yeah.
make Mandy get mad at me easy.
Oh, I get angry at her. I'm not gonna lie. I
And she
do.
gets on my nerves bad too. We both be getting on each other's nerves. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's not so bad.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to like step out and like, okay, I gotta get away from her. She's gonna drive me nuts.
Now the other sister we don't ever have that problem with. She's in the middle. She's like, both y'all shut up.
Yeah. But here's the thing, it's the energies affecting me because I'm also an empath. So, and once that I feel that energy, and it could be good or it could be, not so good energy. And if Chastity's doing the slightest thing to irritate me, it's like it increases more. And what people don't see a lot is I have a live over here, but they're not seeing. They might be able to hear if they got their, headphones on and they're connected that way. They could probably hear me going off on my sister because I'm like putting the phone over here and I'm like, we're arguing over here. So it is funny. And yeah, so I feel that when it happens and I got to hurry up and try to, get that energy off of me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be like, okay, I want to go over here. Yeah.
Have y'all ever had like negative encounters or things
Yes.
follow you home or attachments, or what was one of your most like scariest cases that y'all have worked on or places that you've been to?
I can honestly say I've had things attached to me, follow me. I've had I went to an asylum here in our hometown, Marion, Ohio. Been there numerous times. And just because you get scratched, it doesn't mean, in my opinion, it doesn't mean I don't go right into, oh, it's demonic. I'm not
Right.
one of those. But some people, depending on where they're at or what's going on, they might think that I was with Sean Austin, and it was just him and I in this huge asylum. And now Sean is a demonologist, so I think he brings out the darker things when
Mhm.
I'm with him, because the things that come across his recorder, I'm like, I've been here numerous times, Sean, and I don't get this coming through my recorder. I don't have the spirits talking to me like this, so it's you. It's definitely you. And that this particular night I was out with him, at the asylum. I woke up the next morning and I did have 3 little like scratches on me. I was like, where'd that come from? And I don't have a cat. Now I got 2 big St. Bernards, and I promise you this, you're going to
Thank
know.
you. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna know that.
Yeah. So I was like, well, that's weird. And I didn't think anything demonic. I just think maybe something trying to get my attention, or I don't know. I didn't go into demonic or anything like that. I was just like, maybe I need to sage myself.
Mhm.
But I've had it happen numerous times, different things. I've had something follow, I've had things happen to me at the Broadwell Funeral Home that Jennifer's talking about. Yeah. And something from Tennessee at the Ewer Shrine followed me here. And that was intense. I had bad luck all week from it and had to do numerous things to get this, whatever this dark negative energy was. I had a hard time getting rid of it, but I did. I managed to, after it terrorized me for a week.
We got some comments here. Is it true that you call Chastity Linda a lot? Is
Yes,
that
I
true?
do. Yes, I do. Linda.
Linda.
And it's, a lot of people probably thinking of that little boy that, the funny little video goes around and the little boy says, Linda, Linda. Yeah. But a lot of people don't know is we actually have an Aunt Linda, and she just passed a few years back. And, we all look like her. We have, our family is a half Italian and that's on my dad's side. So my Aunt Linda, she had the dark hair, beautiful woman. And that's Chastity. I mean, through and through. So that's why I'm like Linda, and she doesn't like to be called Linda, but I call her Linda.
I was just reading the comments.
She's my favorite. She's my favorite aunt, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
They were good.
Me and her is close. Me and her was
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, Jennifer's paranormal investigation said we had experiences at Broadway Funeral Home when us four were together on the stairs.
Yes, and she's right about that. And what happened was we went to this funeral home in Cincinnati, and at the funeral home it said that not to the spirit that the angry spirits that are there, they do not like women. Well, there's one or two particular ones that do not like women. And here you got four women, because at that time when we went to that location, Jenny was on our team. And so you had Bobby Joe Chastity, me, and Jenny. We went and investigated half the night at this funeral home, and we got a lot of good stuff. And the night was done. We ended our lives. We were putting up our equipment. I had a camera downstairs in the basement, and I left a recorder down there. And I didn't want to go down there by myself. I ain't gonna lie. I just did not like what I was getting. And yeah, there's some weird stuff down in that basement. And the light was on, and I asked Jenny to come with me. And Bobby Joe Chastity was packing up the stuff upstairs. Well, I was in front, Jenny was behind me. And when I went to go down, we probably got about 4 stairs down. And all of a sudden, I hear this man, 2 different voices, 2 different disembodied voices. One sounded like they were coming from 2 different areas. One says, "Get out of my house." And I was like, and then the other one said, "Hey, ladies." And I'm hearing this with my ears, and I freak out. And I'm like, "Did you hear that?" And next thing you know, we hear like something was charging at us. Like it sounded like coming at us fast. And it was like bang, bang, bang. And I freak out. Jenny's trying, I'm pushing her up the stairs. She couldn't get up the stairs fast enough. We get up there. Jenny runs one way. I run towards my sisters and tell them what happened. And, we're all freaked out, and we all decide to go down together, get our cameras and stuff. And when we went to leave, we decided to get a picture of us to post on our social media. And, everybody was fine, nothing unusual with us. And then the next day, Jenny wakes up with this mark on her face. And we didn't know if it looked like a handprint or I don't know. She had a mark on her face that was not there. And so we're thinking it whatever it was, it got her because she ran the opposite direction. And also on the recorder, I played it back on the way home. We captured everything I just told you on that recorder. Everything. You could even hear disembodied voices. You can hear this thing, whatever it was, making all that noise like it was charging at us or just, I think it was trying to scare us. And it did.
Get ready to say it worked.
Yes, it did. So
I was glad it got them and not me.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it was, but I know that we've been to this location numerous times. And there's always an angry spirit. Oh, hi, Sherry. Hey. Sorry, I had to say hi to Sherry.
Well, everybody, Pam's usually our ghost mama. She usually supports us and brings everything we need when we go ghost hunting with her. But
yeah, I don't know what that thing was. I just know there is a lot of negative spirits that reside at that place, and the man is really like angry when you go there. This spirit, he's really angry. So yeah.
Yeah, Pam said I think spirits know what ability Sean has. Oh my gosh. It moved as I was trying to read it, and yes, it seems to talk more with Sean. It's been a while since Sean Austin's been on my show. I think it's been, gosh, I think he came before you came on as co-host, right, David?
Because I remember Sean.
Yeah, it's been a good while. It's been a good while since he's been on. Yeah. So do y'all have any like upcoming events or anything that you're going to be partaking in?
I guess I'll talk about something real quick. I just got back filming with Sherry Dimbendetti, and once that show comes out, me and Sherry had
Hey,
a good
Steve.
time. We investigated at 2 different locations and some pretty amazing stuff we captured. So I can't wait for everybody to see what we had happen. It was good. So the next thing we got going on is in December 12th, we're flying out to California, and we have a huge event that we're going to be doing there with some other celebrities, Ghost Brothers, and there's a whole list of them we're going to be with. Patty Negri. Yeah.
So, like I said, y'all stay pretty busy then.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you were able to come on the show that you're so busy.
Well, actually, things usually calm down. Well, no, they don't.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
they
keep
don't
it
seem
going.
like that they do.
I keep it going. So, yeah.
That's cool. And then y'all have, okay, so you have you, and then you have Chastity, and then you have 2 more sisters, right? Do I have it
There's
right?
only 3 of us that do Ghost Sisters. My baby sister, I got a lot of sisters, but not all of them do the investigations. But we do have our other baby sister, and she is the baby. She does like to do investigations. She's a school teacher, so she doesn't get to get out there much with us, and she
Right.
has younger ones at home, but she has been on investigations with us. I want to say 2 or 3 for sure.
Hats off to school teachers. Good gracious. No, thank you. Some principal called me one time and she was like, Jerry, don't you want to be a sub? And I was like, no. No, thank you. They'd fire me in one day.
Yeah, children. I don't know how my sister does it, but she does.
Yeah. Trying to go back to some of the comments. As Jennifer was talking about some of the things, she went back 2 weeks later and asked who hit me. And he said, I slapped that bitch, or B, as she put it there. Jennifer, did it for 12 years, autistic and Down syndrome. I was trying to go back and look at some of these comments because everything is scrolling up so fast I can't see. I saw that one. Let's see. I think we pretty much got all our comments in there. So, what else are we going to talk about? I'm at a loss now.
Well, I'm hoping my other sister, Bobby Joe. I'm hoping Bobby Joe makes it on. Yeah. Hopefully.
Well, we'll see if she does or if she doesn't. Like I said, there's always things to talk about. There's just so many topics to cover in the paranormal field. So many different things. We have our paranormal roundtable at least once a month, and it goes from one topic to the other. What's your biggest pet peeve when you do when you do your investigations? Because everybody has a pet peeve.
Well, I don't mind being with a lot of people. No, actually I do. I don't like to be with a whole lot of people when I investigate. My biggest pet peeve is being with too many people, or yeah.
That's why I don't do public investigations, and unless now I will do a public one if the money's going for a really good cause. But as a rule, I don't do public investigations. That's because I just don't like being with a whole lot of people.
And we've done events and stuff where people, they buy the tickets and they've investigated with us before. We did it, I think, one time. And when we go to this event, in December, that's going to be going on, but that's different. They'll be breaking us up into, oh, I don't know. That could be bigger than what I'm thinking. I don't know. It's a lot over there going to be going on, but I don't mind that. But when I'm doing one for Ghost Sisters, I don't too many people. It's just too much going on, and I can't hear that good, spirit and stuff. So,
well, don't you think wouldn't some of that be the empathetic side of you too, being an empath? Because I know I don't like to be in large groups of people because I feel everything, and a lot of times I got to back up from the people. Like I have to back away from the group because I'm feeling this person's pain over here, or that person has an injury over here, and I can feel it. And then I quite often I'll back out of the room because when we do the tours, we do it in rooms, and a lot of times there's a lot of people in those rooms, and you're just feeling everything. And I've had to move myself out of the room. Like I'll go stand in the foyer. I'll go record from the foyer door because I'm like, oh, I'm feeling that icky. So I'm assuming with you having your abilities that's a large part of being around people. And plus some people just suck. I mean, we'll just flat out say it. Some people just suck and you don't want to be around them.
Yep. But I can blend in like a chameleon, if I have to, you wouldn't even know that I'm picking up things, only if I have to though, but I don't like to, I don't like to be in big crowds that much. I'll go through the crowd.
Yeah.
I can be in the back, and on the same way, like if I go somewhere to sit down, I don't like to be in the front row. I want to be in the back. It's just, whatever. It's weird. But.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I like to be in the back so I can just ease out if I need to. I don't want to be because you're feeling everything on your back. So I'd prefer to be in the back so I don't have to feel that. Plus, you never know whose evil eyes are upon you because of jealousy, and they're like, "Ee."
Yeah, but not Chastity. She'll sit right up front or wherever there's a seat open. She's dragging you right up there.
Pam said, Mandy, remember when you were driving home, we were on the phone and you had just saged your car and I could hear someone talking in your car or talking in your car. Do you remember that?
Man, maybe. There might have been. Pam's right. She might have heard that. And it's possible. I just don't remember. Kim's talking about the boy in the back seat. Oh, Kim, that wasn't when I was coming back from the Euro Shrine. That was when I was coming back from that place in Marion, Ohio, that had the hotel connected to the bar. There, she's right about that. There was a boy child that followed me from this location from Marion, and I think I lost connection. So I had to end my live and I packed up my stuff and I go and I get in my car and I went live to let everybody know, what happened. Hey, sorry. While I was live, I heard a disembodied voice. It was a child in the back seat and the child had said some words to me and it was all captured on my live. So yeah, you could hear him. And I was like, oh no. So yeah, but he was there. And when I got home, I heard the child when I was trying to unload my stuff out of my car, there was the child again. So yeah.
That's funny. Steve White, question for those who have empath abilities. Are you guys able to just pick up on residual emotions, possibly while investigating different locations? And is this something you guys can feel that was there at one time? You need to read stuff. You got brand new glasses, David Flowers. I can't see. Damn it.
That's why I put my glasses on, because I'm reading the comments, but I don't want to just blurt out what everybody's saying. So I just
mine are way in, my glasses are way in the other room. So and I don't wear them half the time.
Yeah, Steve. I pick up on different things. I can feel the energy when it shifts, or when I walk into a room. Being around somebody, whether I know them or not, I can sense whether, if they're in a good mood, bad mood. When I'm connecting with spirit, when I'm doing my readings, a lot of times I will feel what happened to spirit, and even when I'm out there investigating. But a lot of times I tell people, when I'm investigating, I tune in, tune out, because I'm not one of those mediums that go in and say, there's a spirit, there's a spirit. I don't do that. But if I feel something, I'm going to say it. And if I hear it, I'm going to say something, But what I found myself doing a lot of times, and I actually caught myself doing this, and what I do, and a lot of people don't know this, so I'm just going to tell you now, when I'm out there investigating, because I don't want to just be tapping in the spirit all the time. I want to collect, I want to get validation and things, not just what I'm hearing or seeing. I play music in my head, kind of blocks them out. And I do this quite often. So sometimes I have to stop the music if I want to listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I find myself getting more quieter, just not saying anything. I don't like, when we're doing our tours, we don't announce that I do psychic medium stuff. We don't do any of that. I just kind of stay quiet with it, because I don't feel like 50 billion questions for one, but I've just learned to be more quiet. I think that's, as I'm getting older, it's like just and listen.
Well, it's hard to do. What, Chastity?
I was gonna say, hey, I'm so sorry. I gotta go. I got a business call I gotta answer. But it was nice meeting you guys.
She's ditching us. She's ditching us, but it was nice meeting you. Thank you for coming on.
He's going
I
to
appreciate it. And hi, Sherry. Hopefully I meet you sometime again. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And it's nice meeting you guys. And
yes.
look forward to seeing you guys again.
Yes, thank you. You have a good night.
You're welcome. You too. Thanks.
Thanks.
She's something else.
She's like, oh.
She looked like she's about to fall asleep. I'm like, what are you doing over there, Chastity? Wake up, wake up, wake up. But she's a businesswoman, so she is constantly on the phone, making calls, just doing her thing. So
yeah, understandable. Sometimes I get tired and don't even want to do my own show. I'm just that tired, but I do it. But sometimes I'm tired. I'll be like, you do it. Let me take the night off.
Yeah.
Let's see. I noticed you guys started doing live EVP. Oh, okay. Steve White said, Mandy, I noticed that you guys started doing live EVPs. Is this something you like doing now that you're getting used to it?
Yeah. We've always done the live EVPs. When we first started, we would, yeah. I love doing it. If I have a great recorder that it's, it picks up things. When I have a recorder that's not that sensitive, it's almost like I don't really get much with it. But yeah.
Yeah, I like I said.
What kind of recorder do you have?
It's a Sony.
Sony?
Mm-hmm.
I have one Sony recorder, but my favorite is the Olympus. I don't know why I like Olympus. I have
one.
Yeah, to me, it just picks up so much better. I don't know, just to me.
I like my Tascam.
Yeah. But out of everything, I like the body camera, though, because that just picks up a rat peeing on cotton somewhere. It's super sensitive. We've caught so much activity with the body cameras. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. GoPros and all that. I've used them all. And tablets. I've set up tablets in locations and I'll have a tablet somewhere live and just leave it in a room and let people watch, and you'd be amazed how many people get on the live and watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure they do. if we didn't have internet problems at the manor house, because for some reason where that's located at, it just doesn't have the best internet service at all, we would be doing some of our shows from there. But unfortunately, you just can't get good internet there. We tried it. We tried to do a stream there one night. We were just testing it to see if it worked, and we just lost the internet, even with having the hotspot on.
Wow.
So it's so unfortunate, and that's why a lot of times I have to like record a video on my phone. I'll do a clip, and then I'll just play it for people like the next day, or try to upload it that evening if I'm able to. But it would be really cool to do some Facebook lives, there, if the internet wasn't so damn crappy.
I see they're all asking questions. They're talking about some of the experiences I've had at locations. Kim is talking about the Ura Shrine at the cave. Yes, Jenny and I had an experience at this location, the Ura Shrine, and that's hard. I don't even want to try to explain the Ura Shrine, but we'll just say it has a little bit of everything there that investigators love, what we go looking for. And it is a very active location, and it's not one of those places that it is. So it's actually happening now, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were in this cave at this location, and it's a man-made cave, and it's absolutely beautiful. And there's a cold tub and a hot tub at the location. And we were by this coffin on the stairs, and there's this little door behind. There's two little closets that have the hoses inside of there for the hot tub and the cold tub. Not that big spaces at all. And I was sitting there on the coffin, and Jenny was on the steps, and the caretaker had told us, hey, there's some weird things going on. He's seen something, which he says he's not able to see anything, but he did see something that freaked him out. Plus, he was hearing a lot of the doors slamming and shutting throughout the night. And in that cave, he was hearing the closet doors were opening and shutting. So we was like, well, we're in Tennessee, and you mind if we come by and investigate? And he's like, yeah, come on over. So me and Jenny was the only one in the cave, and I'm asking questions, and I had a live set up on us, and I had a recorder going. There was a camcorder that was recording us, a 4K camera. And I'm asking questions. Nothing's happening. I had a cat ball out, and nothing was happening. When I played it back, it was weird. It's almost like when I played it back, they started to respond to the cat ball. Because I mentioned on the recorder, can you light up the cat ball? Did you come in from another dimension? And next thing you know, the cat ball's lighting up, and all of a sudden I hear this boom. And I didn't know what was going on. I thought something hit the coffin. So I jumped down next to Jenny, and she's like, I was ready to get out of there. It freaked me out. I'm not going to lie. It freaked me out because that cave is scary. It freaks me out. I don't like it. It just freaks me out. There's a long history with that. But anyway, after I heard that, you hear it again, and it goes boom, boom, boom. Man, it was like, what is going on? We both got up and ran away from that spot, but we didn't leave the cave. We just moved ourselves from where all that was going on. And what we found out, what had happened was there was nothing hitting the coffin. It was all coming from the door. On the video, you can see the door pushed in, went out, pushed in. It was something was pushing in on that door. So yeah, we captured that, and it was crazy.
That's creepy.
It really was. Yeah.
Steve said,
go
ahead.
Steve White says, when you visit California coming up, any plans going back to the Cecil Hotel? LOL. I know you were there once before.
Yes. I have been to California. I went there. I was there 3 nights. I spent 3 nights there with Patty Negri, and she chauffeured me all around to all these haunted locations. And I mean, she took me everywhere to all the famous, hotels where the celebrities passed away, all kinds of places. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And she did take me to the Cecil Hotel. And at that time, they had, it was a low income apartments, and they had security guards. So you couldn't just walk up in there unless you lived there. And, we are trying to get in, and it was me and Patty and Father Sebastian, and we're all out there. We're like, God, this guy's not gonna let us in. And Patty had filmed there with Ghost Adventures. So she went in and told the guy, she's like, look, I think I forgot something here. So I might need to go in and see if something's here. We were just trying to get in, and this guy he went in looking for whatever it was Patty said to him. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So he comes back out. No, it just nothing we were doing was going to work. But when you showed the Benjamins, money talks. And they showed the Benjamins, and we got in for, I won't say how much was paid, but it was a pretty big price for 10 minutes. Patty said, we'll only be in here for 10 minutes. And boy, I'll tell you what, as soon as we got the okay, Patty's going live, I'm going live, and we're all over this place. And we went clear to the top of the hotel. We're up there where I don't know if you know the story about that place. What? Y'all don't know the story on the Cecil Hotel? No wonder you guys are like, what's so special about this hotel? Well, this hotel has a history that it had, there was 2 serial killers that stayed there. And one of them was famous for what he was known, what he did. Ramirez, I want to say his name was Ramirez. Does that sound familiar?
Sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's creepy.
And there was a lady so there was a lady was found in the water tower on top of the hotel. This is a huge water tower. I don't even know how the heck anybody could get up there. I'm like looking at this tower like, how did she get up there? So the only way she was found was because the people living there at that time, they noticed the water was tasting bad. And they went and checked it out, and there she was. So there's a whole story on this.
Now I'm going to have to go look it up.
Yeah, yes, look it up. Richard Ramirez. Yes, thank you, Steve.
Shows you how often we get out.
This is one of the most famous haunted hotels around. But yeah, anyway, we got in, and I experienced something because when we all got onto the elevator, there was no water on that elevator. Okay, I promise you. And I'm still live, and somebody notices this weird footprint on the elevator. And I'm like, all these people that I was with, there was like 5 of us. And I'm like, what's everybody looking at? What's going on? So I put my phone down on the ground, and I aim it towards the ground. And I said, that looks like a wet footprint. You can see the toes, the heel, and everything.
Oh my God.
And I mean, it was winter in Ohio, but over there, it was sunny. But nobody was in water. And what's a wet footprint doing on the elevator after we just got off the tower? We were up on the top of the building there, right next to the towers. It was weird.
You're fired.
Yeah, it was weird. So
now, is any of that on your
social media?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you said you were doing a live, but so nothing went into YouTube or anything like that. So you got to kind of go back and look.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. You can go over there and watch. You can watch all my lives over there with Patty, where we went.
Steve White's going to send it to me. Thank you. I'll be watching that.
Steve.
That way I won't feel so stupid the next time we have a guest on here and I don't know what the most haunted hotel is.
It is. The Ghost Adventures, I think they've been there once or twice. There's been a lot of the ones on TV. That's it's been on TV a lot. There's been a lot of them.
Yeah, I've always just investigated local around here, like Yorktown, Williamsburg, the Manor House, the Cabin on 360, Pamplin Park. Just locally in Virginia. I've been to a couple out-of-state locations, but it's just mainly in this area and maybe a state or two over, and that's it. Besides Fort Lost in the Woods.
Oh, you gotta go out there a little further, because I promise you, it's like,
sure.
whoa. It's
I'm sure.
different spirits in different locations.
Yeah. Big paranormal field out there that we know nothing about because we're chained. That's okay. Manor House is the paranormal playground. That's what I call it, the paranormal lab. There's so many theories to run in that place. It's unbelievable. So, well, I cannot believe. Did you have a question before I get ready to? I know it went to 9 o'clock very quickly. That's what happens when you're having fun talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think my sister, Bobby Joe obviously is not going to be able to make it. And I do apologize. She said
it's okay.
So,
we fully understand that. Yeah, so I'm glad at least 2 of y'all came on and 1 of you stayed. We're not that boring.
No, Chastity, usually she stays on, unless she's got a meeting.
And the call to do.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Joe, she gets on sometimes. She's a little shy in front of the camera. But she's going to have to get over that, because we got to do meet and greets in California, and she's going to have to speak. So, yeah.
Let's see. You went to Ryan's cabin. How was it supposed to go there? Oh, I'm not saying anything. I'm not going to say anything about the cabin on 360. I'll let you experience it. I consider that a paranormal playground too, like a paranormal lab. There is just so many layers of stuff in that area. Pamplin Park, the Manor House, even Old House Woods and Diggs. I mean, it's just a playground. It's just a lot. And I'm sure in the places that you've investigated, it's a lot of layers of stuff and so many unexplainable things, but you'll have a good time at the Cabin on 360 because it's just, ooh, yeah, you have fun. Ground very well.
I want to take my husband.
Yeah, ground very well because
well, Jenny and I talked about going, my husband and I and her friend.
Mm-hmm.
So we've talked about it. We just never booked anything yet.
Yeah. So. Bring your husband. Well, because there's particularly out in the woods that they have out there.
Oh boy.
It's a lot of activity there.
Bears and things. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was worried
we ain't got no bears. It's all bear ghosts.
Bear ghosts. I was gonna say the place where I just got back from filming, the lady where we were was telling me a bear literally came up on the area where we were filming. She said she was the only one outside, and she didn't even. Somebody was trying to tell her. They're like, "Hey," and
bear.
She didn't know, and she turned around, and there was a huge. She said, "I think she said it was I don't know, grizzly bear or something. I don't know." They said it was huge, and it was walking right towards her. And I said, "Oh no!" And thank goodness there was a building right there. She was able to get inside the museum, and I was like, I was freaking out, thinking, "Are we gonna?" Because me and Sherry was on a path, and there could have been.
Unpredictable. She could have been Baird sisters Aiton.
Yeah, it was really freaky. And I told Sherry,
sisters disappear by bear. I mean,
no.
Yeah,
I told her. I said, Sherry, this ain't looking good. I'm like, this is looking like out of a horror movie. I'm like, I don't like this.
Well, if y'all make it out this way, or if you when you go to the cabin, let me know. Message me. I'm not that far. I'm only like an hour, if that, from the cabin on 360.
Okay.
When y'all plan to do that, and I'll just, if I'm able to, depends on the day, stop in and say hello. Some people, don't let me off of work sometimes.
Not going to happen.
But we do appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, Mandy, to come on our show. It was really a lot of fun, and it's nice meeting you guys, even though we didn't get to meet all of y'all, but we do appreciate it.
Well,
Yep.
thank you for reaching out, and thank you for having us on.
Maybe one of these days you can join my psychic roundtable talk table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do that every so often. I'll do a psychic roundtable where we don't do readings. We just talk about various things, sometimes controversial things, just things that unfortunately people assume about us, but they're wrong. So we try to get that information out there just to let everybody know that they're not all the same.
Mhm.
So I do that. I just got done doing one, and I'll be planning another one sometime in 2025. I just don't know the exact day yet. So that would be cool. It's always nice to have different faces and different people on that topic.
Yeah, reach out to me and just let me know. What time do you usually do it? Because I have appointments like almost every day during the week.
We do them every two. If I plan it, it'll be a vibe time. So it'll be on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m. But what I do is I just do psychic roundtable.
Okay, I'll have to. Okay, because I'll even do readings all the way into 7 p.m.
Yeah, and with psychic roundtable, we don't even do readings. It's just psychic mediums coming on.
No, I mean, with my business.
With your business,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, because I do
I
readings
gotcha.
for people, and so they could go all the way up to 7, and
Okay.
sometimes it's a half an hour, or they pay for half an hour, or it could be an hour.
Well, you'll know way ahead of time, like
Okay.
almost a month or so ahead of time.
Okay.
When the show comes on, when I do the topic, because that kind of gives people time to prepare, adjust
I can schedule around
their
it.
schedule or whatever. Yeah. I always like to give people a heads up on stuff.
Okay.
So, Tracy, we did not mention big-headed Pedrains. Oh my gosh.
What's she talking about?
Ped brains. I cannot see. I don't have my glasses on. All right, you guys. We appreciate everybody tuning in to Vibe Time with Jerry, and we hope to see everybody next week. We have John Stevens coming on. He's going to be talking history, but he's also going to be talking paranormal events in the state of Virginia. So y'all have a great night. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate it.
Good night, everybody.
And if you want to see any live investigations, you can follow Ghost Sisters on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. But we only go live on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. And if you're interested in a reading or Reiki, you can follow me on Intuitive Medium Mandy.
That's right.
Good night.
Good night, you guys. Thank